good evening, everybody, and welcome to VariablePlay's News. Good evening, I'm Denmark,
Very
and with
new.
me is
Jake Fernandez, nag-uulat every
nag-uulat
other week. Ano ba to? Bi-weekly? Ano bang tawag natin dito?
twice a month.
Twice a month.
Twice a month. And we wish Ron get well soon. Ron Teruel, as you can see, we used to be three, but it's like every week someone needs to be down. Like the last time it
It's
was you, and then now it's Ronan.
it's
But
a good system. So
it's a
it's
good system.
always someone who pwedeng saluhin yung show. And today malalaman natin kung may chemistry yung tambalan natin,
But
Denmark.
get well soon, Ron. We hope you have a
Papangalanan
fast and
kong
speedy
tambalang
recovery.
Jake Mark. Tambalang
Jake
Jake.
Mark.
Hashtag tambalang Jake Mark.
All right,
Hey,
so
Monkey Plays.
we're gonna be bringing you news for the first half of August. It's August, right? Yes, August. So these are the news that we have gathered for the last 2 weeks,
So,
and
but
we'll be
before
bringing
we
it to
start,
you.
Denmark,
Yeah, go go
we
go.
want to do a follow up. So we've been doing this thing. Now we are a news show, but we can't have know all the news. No, our audience will probably know some other things that we don't know. So we always
Right,
ask
right.
everybody during the show. Please don't hesitate to chat. Put down in the comments any news that you think are newsworthy, and we'll talk
Mm-hmm.
about it at the end of the show. In fact, the first item I wanted to discuss is in the previous show si Aya Carino Valdez,
Full name, full
said,
name.
oo, kasi baka gusto nilang i-add na friend sa Facebook, di ba? Gusto nilang i-add. So, hanapin niyo si Aya Carino Valdez. So, she talked about new games from particularly from Alexander Pfister na are
Mm-hmm.
trying to move away from their previous themes of slavery and colonialism. So
Oh,
she
right,
quoted a
right.
certain news article that came out. So I looked for that news article. It came from the Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
And walang specific mention yet of when these games are going to come out. But ang si-mention lang, it's one or two paragraphs in the article wherein they said si Alex Pfister, close kami ni Alex. Short lang.
Kapitbahay mo lang yun eh.
Kapit-bahay ko lang to si Kuya Alex. Sabi niya, Mombasa is gonna have a new theme wherein it's gonna move away from the colonialism theme, the slavery theme. It's gonna have a re-theme, pero nothing yet when that's gonna happen. And then even this other game, Maracaibo, is gonna
Mm-hmm.
have another expansion called The Uprising, wherein
Oh, okay.
players are now, di ba, in that game, you are the pirates. In the
Yeah.
expansion, you are going to be cast as the indigenous people under
Okay.
colonial bondage who will work together to liberate the cities of their island. So those are coming down the line. And we'll see. It was just an article. So that's a follow up of a news item that Aya brought up last week.
What do you think would be the theme? Just throw it out there. What do you think? If it's not civilization or I mean colonialization, what do you think it would be?
Sobrang daming team eh. Pokemon. Pwedeng maging Pokemon yung team. Alam mo namang mahilig ako sa Pokemon and mga Kasquirtle. So, so pwedeng Pokemon yung team. Hi to Clint. Hi to
Hey,
Kyo.
Clint.
I see them.
Right.
Mufasa,
Soy is
sabi ni
also
Kyo.
here.
Soy is here.
Morgan.
Hi, Soy. Hi, everyone.
Right. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. All right. So, let's go to the headlines. Are you ready for the headlines?
The real
Or
headlines.
do we have any other follow up to? That's the only one, right? The follow up news that we have.
That's the only one that we have, and then we'll see if
All right.
anybody in the comments have anything to add.
So you see, we really follow up on news that you share with us. So just keep them coming. Just send it to us. We're gonna follow up on those news. All right. And now on to the headlines. I love that. I'm so sorry, but I really love that.
Drum entrance or drum entrance.
All right, headlines, and we have a few, right? So, I think this is not new news, and I think a lot of people have picked up on this one already because we've also said this a couple of weeks ago, if I recall, right? With the Orleans expansion, I think I mentioned this before, but TMG has now officially declared virtual bankruptcy, and they have laid off uh, workers already, and they will not be producing new games. What they're trying to focus on is selling the stocks that they have, the remaining games that they have, trying to fulfill the other pledges. I think Yokohama Deluxe is still somewhere in the middle if it's gonna be produced or not. And I hear
Mm.
people fearing that it might not be produced, but they're hoping that the remaining stocks that they have, the games that they're gonna be selling, will be able to help them start up next time after all of this rolls over, the shipping problem, the pandemic. So they are hoping that they might sell enough to begin again, to start anew. So that's TMG, and it's so
That's
sad,
very
so sad.
unfortunate, man. And I guess that's just a reflection of the current times. Some companies are just folding over, and
Yeah.
even board game companies are not free from that
Mm-hmm.
effect of the pandemic.
What from what I've heard, the shipping. Oh, okay. Another follow up. The shipping cost is now times seven. So I heard
Wow.
a container before will cost them $3,000, but now the shipping companies are charging them somewhere around $21,000 just for you to get that space, so
Yeah.
that your games can be shipped. So it's a difficult time for everyone, and you can see that. So don't be surprised if our board games will suddenly
Yeah.
shoot up in
And
prices.
and then one last bit on this news item. I think because TMG is the current publisher of Yokohama, then Yokohama will be hard to find. Whatever run we have right now, Yokohama is what we have.
Oh.
So until they get a new publisher for that game, keep your Yokohama if you like
Oh.
that game.
It's gonna be rare. It's gonna
Come
be
here.
rare. All right, cool. Next, some local news, and we reported on this. No, we had him as a guest last week. I think
In
no, two
VP.
weeks ago. Yeah, in Open Game Night, Wilhelm Su won the 52 card design for BGG. They held the contest, and he actually virtually swept all the categories. He won all of it, and now Side Room Games is picking up for Northwood and will publish it. So congratulations! So we got gold and a few medals in the Olympics, and now we have local designers getting published, and it's good
Astig.
news. Yeah, it shows that we can actually do it. We can
Have you played
compete.
this? I mean, have you played any of Wilhelm's games?
Not yet. I haven't tried it yet. I know Clint has, and a few of us have played it. I just haven't gotten to printing it yet, but I'll try
Yeah.
it soon eventually.
People in the
Because it's
chat, if you've played it, let us know. We're keen to try it, of course.
mm-hmm. So there you go. So congratulations, yay Philippines! All
Yay,
right,
Philippines.
yay. Oh, also in Hive Mind by Solo Board Gamers PH. They also featured him. Nice
Okay,
guy.
so people who are interested in the game should check out Hive Mind on the Zolo Board Gamers group.
Yeah.
Clint, where Clint is the moderator.
All right. Next, this is gonna be another sad news.
Puro sad news. Bakit ganun? Pero may
Ay,
Power
because
Rangers.
yes, and My Little Pony and Peppa
And
Pig
My Little
and
Pony. But take note, this is sad news. So
PJ
Hasbro,
Masks.
this is a news on Hasbro. Recently, Hasbro finally made the press conference announcement that they're gonna increase prices going into the third quarter or fourth quarter of 2021. It's both no and at the same time it's a bit okay lang because what does Hasbro publish? It publishes
Magic,
Monopoly. Wait lang.
magic,
Monopoly yung
magic,
isa.
magic.
Oo nga, so Monopoly yung isa,
All
which
right,
is okay lang, I guess. It's fine,
sure,
everybody
fine.
owns. Fine, raise
Uno.
the price of Monopoly. On Uno, okay, fine. I guess everybody has Uno. But of course, they also own Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast. So for
No.
like a decade, more than a decade now, booster packs have been like, what, 150 pesos? And it's, I
200.
just,
200
200 na
plus.
ba? Sorry. Box kasi
Yeah.
binibili ko.
I'm so sorry. We're so sorry.
Um, but it's going to go up, and they're citing the rising freight costs. Really, that's the reason. So in preparation of the holiday seasons in the fourth quarter, they're also going to be increasing prices. So something to expect down the line. And we've
Uh-huh.
been covering this news. If you've been following, that publishers little by little are all just trying to increase their price. Oh,
Survive,
correction.
right?
Uno is actually from Mattel, as per
Oh yeah.
Sir
Oh,
Freddy.
speaking of, Mattel is also raising up prices. I read just today that they're also raising up their prices for their games and for their toys. So everything else is going up. I wonder what Christmas would look like.
Barbie, yung Barbie collection mo, ano. Denmark. Mattel yun.
They don't have to know. And My Little Pony. Anyway, so
Yung My Little Pony.
don't be surprised if your games, especially MTG, will go up soon. Hopefully not that much. Sad news. All right.
They said it's not more than 10%, I think, something like that. So hopefully nothing amazing.
But it's still gonna be if you
It's still gonna hurt if you're in
It-
the hobby, you buy these
Yes.
games, diba?
especially if you buy boxes or a lot of singles, it's really gonna hurt, right?
Yep.
All right.
sure.
So, no, I'm not a brony. It's just, I don't know. I have no
Brony.
idea what's that.
You have to explain,
Brody.
Kyo, what a brony is.
Brody.
Brody. Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. Okay, next. This is funny, but oh, I don't have it. Dice Tower. Dice
Ah.
Tower got their Twitter account got hacked.
Yep.
And I don't know why, but it seems like the person who hacked their account started following a lot of other accounts so that they will have more Twitter followers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they got everybody's accounts and made them follow certain Twitter accounts, and it's very obvious who hacked them.
This happened 2 weeks ago, I think. Some of their followers of the Dice Tower realized that the Dice Tower started posting nonsense and were starting to promote certain products 2 weeks ago. So they caught it immediately. But the Dice Tower person who hacked already like made the interwebs and shared everything.
Spread
Spread.
everything.
So I think for a while it was like down yung Twitter account ni Dice
Yeah.
Tower. I don't know if it's up now.
And they're saying if you follow them on Twitter, you have to subscribe to them again. That's the thing that happened. So if
Okay.
you're following
So,
the Dice Tower
FYI.
on Twitter, you have to
FYI.
subscribe again. Okay? And convention season?
Convention
And
season.
Gen Con coming this September. It's gonna
September.
be coming this September. Oh.
Nice picture. So the picture that we have is actually
So
not the main Gen Con floor. This is,
I know,
you
the
know,
extension.
Gen Con. This is the extension. This is the Lucas Oil Stadium, right beside the Indiana Convention Center in Indianapolis. So the recent news with Gen Con is it's gonna push through, which is we've been knowing for a while. Good. It usually happens in August, but now it's going to happen in September. They had to move it back because of COVID. But the big news today is it came out last week or a few days ago. People who attend Gen Con are mandatory to wear masks. because of COVID.
Vaccinated or not vaccinated?
Vaccinated or not vaccinated. So previously, they didn't have that rule. But moving forward, that's a very sensitive topic in the US, wearing of masks,
right.
and obviously a lot of uproar with people now suddenly being asked to wear masks in Gen Con. So, to us, obviously, wala naman tayo sa Gen Con. Ang tawag doon, Gen Kent. Hindi tayo makakapunta. Gen Kent. Inget. But I think this is a good precursor or parang a sign of how conventions might look like moving forward, right?
Yeah, but
it
it's
can
good
still
because
push
safety
through,
is
diba?
priority. Safety will
Yeah.
always be the priority. Even if you get vaccinated, well, at least you might be carrying something or you might get something just in order for everyone to be safe. Just put on that mask. Why not? Right?
It's supposed to be a fun event and everybody should be safe in a fun event. So why not respect everybody's health and safety?
Right, because after all, if you wanna enjoy it, then you have to abide by the rules, and unless everyone is safe, then they cannot hold that convention.
And as I was saying, this is something to look, to watch closely because SN also happens later on.
I think they have the same rule, right?
Yeah, we'll see how successful this is and then how they do the other Dice Tower conventions, etc. Obviously, everybody's looking at Gen Con as the basis for conventions moving forward.
The first one. Right. Cool. And finally, some hopeful happy news for our
Happy news
headlines.
naman.
Yes.
Happy
hey,
news.
Look at that.
Win
Look
a
at that.
trip to Portugal. Marunong ka ba mag-Portuguese, Denmark?
Isn't that... Oh, it's different from Spanish?
Slightly, I think. Nakakaya naman. Does anybody in the chat know how to speak Portuguese? But anyway, the news is Plan B Games, publisher of Azul, just recently announced a contest, win a trip to Portugal. And the rules are very simple. It benefits creative people, obviously. You
Mm-hmm.
have to make a video, a short clip of yourself celebrating Azul. So they've made it
Okay.
very gray. I don't know how you want to celebrate. Be creative.
Why
Show
is
us
it 10 years already?
it.
5.
No,
What
it's
are they celebrating?
no. They're celebrating a certain. I don't have the number, but they've sold a certain number
Sold.
of
Oh,
Azul.
okay. Cool, cool. So how are we
So
gonna do it? Creative
so you
wise?
just correct. You just shoot a video of yourself, upload it on social media. It has to be Azul related, and then you have to upload it by August 27, end of the end
Yeah,
of the month, and
a
then they're
month to
gonna
go.
select 8 finalists, upload it onto the website, and then it's gonna be a voting competition on yung pinaka magandang video
Wow.
at that point.
And
So
then for
calling
free?
out, yeah, for free. Whoever, merong final prizes yung top 8, pero whoever wins the popularity contest sa website by September 1st, yun yung final day of the competition.
Wow.
Yan, sus Mariosep no bueno.
Hey.
Yeah. All the TikTokers, Morgan, this is your
More
chance to win a trip to Portugal. Malay mo lang. Baka
for
naman.
Azul, right? Why
For
not?
Azul.
Maybe
Azul.
you might be the first guy from our group to actually go to
Monkey
Portugal
Place. Monkey Place. Si Dan. Very good at
or
shooting videos.
Mars or
Si
the
Mars.
Pilipintados group
Or whoever here in the chat. Di namin
or
alam kung yung skills
whoever.
nyo. Please. Please.
Right.
It, ako hindi. Hindi ako
Maybe
makakasali dito. Ano lang ako.
I can't. I'll just play. I'll just play it. We could-
Extra ako sa video nyo. I'm raising my hand. Pwede ako mag-extra sa video nyo.
we can. We can. All right. So those are our headlines. And again, if you have news, especially if headline-worthy news, you can just send it to us. But right now, we're gonna be going to more board game news, board game announcements. So see you in a bit.
I love it.
Love
I really
it.
I love that transition. It's so
All right.
ano.
So what are our new announcements, Jake?
Ako pala first. Okay, so the first game that we're
Oops.
gonna talk about is technical
There you go.
nawala ba ako? Ayan.
There you
G.I. Joe, the deck building game. This was
Woohoo!
announced 2 weeks ago. From Renegade Games. Renegade has been pushing out this line of games na based on 90s IPs. So, they've come out with the Power Rangers deck building game. They've come out with the Transformers deck building game. And now
Mhm.
they're coming up with the G.I. Joe deck building game.
I think
I've
they have
read
more
through.
coming.
They have more coming, definitely. And this one, the G.I. Joe game, is a fully cooperative deck builder. So you're playing as the
Wow.
G.I. Joe characters, and you're going against Cobra. So they've shown some cards, but I haven't seen like gameplay stuff yet. Rulebook is out. It's probably out by the end of the year. Pre-orders are up. So that's G.I. Joe, the deck
So
building game.
tempting. Shows us, I bet people who were born late 70s, early 80s
Boomer board gamers.
will be getting this and are gonna be excited. Hey, knowing is half the battle, right? So
Knowing
need
is
to
half
know.
the battle. So, yung mga
I'm
nagre-react.
interested. I'm
Yeah,
interested in this one.
I'm interested. Honestly, di ako G.I. Joe fan as much. I'm
What?
Transformers, I'm a Power Rangers guy. But,
Thundercats, Silverhawks,
Thundercats. Okay, Thundercats. Okay lang.
Thundercats, Silverhawks, Brave Star,
Mm-mm.
Brave Star.
Brave Star, yan. With double R yun. Double R, don't forget.
All right, cool. Next are for the horrified fans. There is a new one
Horrified
coming
fans.
out. Yes. Horrified
Matatakot yun.
American Monsters. And it's a new map and people are gonna be getting new monsters from the American myth. I don't know a lot of these monsters. Oh, the Chupacabra's there. Bigfoot, I think, is there. I don't know who that deer is. Oh, the Mothman is there. So
I'm
there.
curious, is this gonna be cross-compatible with the original Horrified? That was an awesome game, by the way.
I think no. I think this is a different. I think this is standalone.
American
I don't think you
Monsters
can
lang
mix
talaga.
it. Yes.
Cliquish sila. So they're just.
So because look at the map, where are you gonna connect it to the other one? Plus
That's true. That's true.
plus the theme of the first one, I don't think will mesh well with this one
Yep, yep,
because it,
yep.
it
But I
looks really
like the first
different.
game. I'm looking forward to this one. The first game was very good. A good twist on the pandemic mechanisms,
Oh, I
which is
haven't
all co-ops work on with right now.
I haven't I haven't played it, but from on a scale of 1 to pandemic, how close is it to pandemic?
Scale of 1 to pandemic, mga 6. Hindi ko alam. It's not diseases at least. There's
All
no
right.
spreading of the cubes at least, but it's got the flipping card mechanism and etc. So
Set
it's cool. It's
collection,
cool.
right? Some of them have set collection like
Yeah. It's a set collection game wherein each monster have a different set of rules of how to beat them. So different sets, you're collecting sets in different ways in the original Horror 5. Nako, si Art, ayaw na niya. Pero, Art, maganda tong Horrified. Ang maganda sa
Horrified is
co-op,
good.
only one person has to buy it. So, I guess si Art yung bibili ng games.
Or if you have a game group, pitch in. Everybody pitch in and just buy the game. Someone can
Tingnan
hold
natin.
it for a
Tingnan
certain
natin.
amount of time in their house and then give it to someone else. So that will work too.
Tingnan natin.
All right. And next is another one. I think this is my. Hey, what happened? Okay.
It's Boon Lake.
Dune.
Dune na pala.
Dune Betrayal.
Oh my God. Mhm.
It's riding on
Sapatot.
the heels of the hype that's gonna be coming soon in the movie houses. Dune. Dune Betrayal is by Don Eskridge, the guy who's famous for the world of the Resistance, Coup, and Avalon. And this game is the same.
Cuba?
Not-
Cuba kay Don
not
Eskridge
this-
din? Hindi yata.
Yes.
Ako rin, okay.
Yes. It's not a reskin, but it's almost the same as the Resistance. So when I saw this, it was like, okay, why not? It's about time that they have something like this, even with this theme. I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised that they didn't do this with
Hindi daw.
Game of
Don
Thrones.
Eskridge is not cool. Sabi ko sa'yo hindi.
Who?
It's some,
Who did it?
Don
Who
Eskridge.
did?
Google mo.
Who did Coup?
It's somebody else.
Okay, fine. The Resistance then. The Resistance.
Resistance for sure. Don
Sure.
Eskridge.
So I think they're getting art from the movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm excited
Picture.
to play as
movie
Batista.
stills.
As
As the target. As the target. Okay,
Ricky Tata, there
There. Thank
go.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Tatin.
Titin. Morals. Yeah. I'm excited about
This
this
looks
game.
good.
Obviously, riding, as you said, on the movie's popularity. Unfortunately, I don't know if we'll be able to watch this in the theaters, right? But at least we'll be able to play the games. There's a lot of Dune
Yes.
games coming out, man.
Oh my gosh, Dune, Imperium, so good.
Dune
So
Imperium is so good. And
So
the
good.
Dune, there's a reskin or a rework of the Dune board game, the original. And then
From
sila
Gale Force,
Portal
right?
Games, Portal
Yeah.
Games is gonna come out with a
Yeah,
Dune
that one.
game based on the detective system.
Yes.
So
there's
ang
another one.
daming Dune games coming
Dune's
out.
the new
Tama.
Marvel.
Dune.
Dune. All right.
Dune. Mamaya.
No, punta na tayo dun sa susunod.
So,
Next
ang daming
news.
Dune. Next news.
Next news. Oh, there you go. It's Descent.
Oh, okay. So this is a long anticipated game, Descent, the Legends in the Dark ba yung title nitong Descent na to?
I think
let
Legends
me
of the
double
Dark.
Legends of the Dark, tama. So Descent Legends of the Dark is not the third edition of Descent. There's a second edition of Descent. This is supposed to be like a
A new
game
one?
set. Yeah, it's a new game set in the world of Descent, Terrinoth, which is the fantasy world of Fantasy Flight games. But it's using more of the game system of Mansions of Madness. So it's an app-based game.
Oh, okay.
It's a fully co-op game, unlike the previous Descents, wherein there's like sort of a dungeon
DM.
master,
Yeah.
DM, and you're fighting against the hero players. This is a fully cooperative game. It costs a lot, this game, by the way. This is
250 to
100
80.
a lot, I think. Ano talaga ba? It's more closer to lang. 250 ba inabot?
Dude, but look at the box. It's humongous.
No. But
Like-
definitely more than $100 this game. Sure ako. It's higher, more than $100 this
180,
game.
180,
180 or
200, somewhere
something
there.
like that. And it's because of so much components, and it looks 3D on the map. Nakikita niyo ba sa picture? So finally, it got released. The early reviews have come out. It's been mixed. people have been either liking the new take on the dungeon crawl mechanisms, or have said this very gimmicky. We'll
Mm-hmm.
see. We haven't seen any of the
But the
big.
figs, I saw the figs are so good. Figs are really
The figs are
good.
always good from FFG. The figs are always good. So
Six
that's I
6K Philippines.
o kayang-kaya ni Kiyo 'yan. Kayang-kaya ni
Check
Kiyo.
6K.
Mga ano
Okay.
lang,
Can't do
tat,
math.
tat,
$300, dude.
mga tatlong
No,
linggong
that's wrong.
pansit canton lang. Tatlong linggong pansit canton
100,
lang. 20,
120.
mga ganun. 100.
Yeah,
Yep.
some 150 maybe.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right, next is Boon Lake by
Boon
Fister.
Lake. Alexander Pfister. So now we move away from the Ameritrash themey games. We're moving towards the Euro
Euro.
gamers here in the chat. So any Alexander Pfister new game is always like an event, right? Parang,
Yes.
uy, may parating
Oh,
na. Si
wait.
Kuya Alex, may bago na naman.
Sky Cloud didn't do well.
Yeah, but
I
people
haven't
waited for
heard
it. Were
anything
excited.
about it.
Yeah, people were excited for it, right? So
Sure,
Boon
sure.
Lake
Fine.
is
Boon Lake.
described. He describes it as is an expert level game, wherein you're trying to improve your
Wow.
life and your group's life. In like the theme is you're like settlers into a new territory, and there's a novel action mechanism. Honestly, yung description of game is all the Euro elements that you always hear about. Parang each action needs to be carefully considered, since other players also benefit from the actions you choose. It's so generic, pero because it's Alexander Pfister, you're excited, di ba? So no, not a lot of
I
gameplay
don't know.
videos yet. Exactly. I just know there's got tiles. I know it's Alexander Pfister, and it's called Boon Lake, and I'm excited already. That's enough.
The pedigree carried this game.
The
And
pedigree carried this
speaking
game.
of pedigree, next game has good amount of pedigree into it also.
Speaking of pedigree,
Weather Machine.
not the dog food. Weather Machine is the next game coming from again a Euro superstar, Mr. Anong pangalan
Vital.
nito?
Vital.
Vital Lacerda, and his often partner Ian O'Toole. Actually, so
For the
para siyang
art, right? But his art's really good.
yeah, lagi silang combo eh. Para silang yung Sustagen twins. Parang ganun. Lagi silang magkasama. But anyway, naluwalabas na naman yung edad, yung mga jokes Sustagen twins. But anyway, Weather Machine is the next game that's gonna come from Vital Lacerda. The theme is supposed to be you are part of a team of scientists trying to figure out how to stop natural disasters.
Cool.
Broadly, that's the theme. Again, just like all
Nice
Euro,
theme. Nice theme.
yeah, interesting. And just like all Euro mechanisms, hindi ka clear exactly, but there's obviously this is gonna be a bit of points conversion type game. I'm pretty sure.
The picture is still a prototype. They haven't
It's still a
had
prototype.
the game yet, right? But
Yeah,
something to look
yeah.
forward to, and people are excited about this also.
Yep.
Because
Coming
those
out.
are big names in Euro games, right? Fister and Lacerda.
Yep. And this is on my wish list already on BGG. So I'm looking forward to it. Inad ko na. Parang Lazada, add to cart. So
Add
inad
to
to
wish
wish list ko
list.
na. Inad to wish list ko na.
Okay, more pedigree. This one, Tom Lemon.
Tom Lemon o Tom Liman?
Lemon?
Liman.
But
Tom
it's a short.
Liman.
It's just one E. Anyway, Tom Lehman.
Sige. Tom Liman, the designer of games like Race for the Galaxy, Res Arcana,
Res Arcana.
is again partnering with Rio Grande Games to come up with Dice Realms, which is a dice building game. Literally, it's similar to, there's another dice building game that escapes me right now.
How does it play?
Yung you will use dice face, Liman, tama tayo, sabi ni Martin. You have a dice wherein you can take out the faces of the dice and then change it to
Dice
the different
Forge.
Dice Forge. There you go. So it's very Dice Forge. It reminds me of that. And this is supposed to be a game wherein you are trying to, when you roll the dice, you're trying to get points. It has a very Euro theme again, kasi parang you're getting grain as a resource, etc. But at the same time, you can build your dice na you're attacking different players.
Okay.
Galing, no? It's very interesting. So it reminds me parang King of Tokyo siguro in that sense.
With
Now you are either being a Euro
customized
points
dice.
person or you're trying to be the attacking person, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it says in the components there 18 dice with more than 650 plastic die faces in
Oh my
72
gosh,
types
it's gonna
and
be
35
terror.
tiles and 35 tiles that provide more than 320,000 unique starting setups.
That's gonna be a terror to keep tabs of. Like, oh, if you
We'll
lose one,
see.
oh no.
Oh, exactly. Wag mo laruin sa labas sa gaming cafe. Pag
For
nahulog sa damuhan, hindi mo na makikita.
I was telling Jake earlier for a Rio Grande game, this art caught my eye. The box art caught my eye. It's like, hey, that looks nice. And then you're gonna see Rio Grande, huh? They're
Yeah.
not.
It's not roll for the galaxy, Martin, because roll for the galaxy, you're not changing the dice, diba? You're more of adding dice into your dice pool. That's what you're doing for roll for the galaxy. Here in Dice Realms, you're changing the dice faces. So, Art got it right. It's kind of like Dice Forge from the
Mhm.
description.
All right, so from heavy stuff, we're gonna go to the other side, to lighter side, lighter
Lighter
games,
side.
and next on our news is Clever Cubed
You?
by
Whoops.
Wolfgang Warsch. This is the third in the That's So Clever uh, trilogy. I think this is the last. So That's So Clever. What's the second one? Dopplet. What do you call it? That's So
My God,
Clever.
something clever
more
also.
more clever, and then clever cube, clever raised to the third power. So it's the same, it's a roll and write with the same mechanics. I think they tweak a few of the things, but if you're interested in roll and writes, or if you're a fan of the That's So Clever series, then you might want
Twice
to
as
check this
clever.
out. Twice as clever, thank you. Okay, so there you go, Clever Cube from Wolfgang Warsch. And this one is 10 years in the making. Gloom
Wow.
has a campaign style add-on right now. It's called Gloom Chronicles, where you now have a campaign that you can play with your characters in Gloom. So if you're a fan of Gloom and you've collected all the Gloom expansions, all of the Gloom stories, well, if you do not know what Gloom is, it's a game where you're trying to make a story based on the cards that you get, and you're trying to kill off each of your family members in the most horrible way related
So,
to the story.
so we,
The
we were
most
joking, right? We were joking that instead of just killing the family in one game, since this is a legacy, you're gonna torture them for generations and generations to come. That's what's gonna happen in
campaign. It's a
legacy.
campaign style.
Yeah,
It's
I
a.
know, I know, I
I
know.
think it starts with the unhappy birthday, and you're
Oh,
trying to kill them off the most miserable way that they're gonna die. That's how you're gonna score the most points. So if you're a fan of Gloom,
that's
and before before that game where you're trying to I don't like that game, that I keep on forgetting it, but that game where there are clear cards and you're trying to add on to that card. Mystic Veil. Before Mystic
Mystic
Veil, it was
Veil. Okay.
Gloom. It was Gloom who did that
Yeah, yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I like Mystic
So
Veil.
I don't like it. Anyway, that's for a different day.
Deck
Hey,
Builder Wars.
it's a good game. I just don't like the iffiness of it, that you're gonna remove everything and then put everything back and then remove that thing.
The fiddliness. You don't like the
The
fiddliness
fiddliness.
of it.
Yes, I don't like that one. So there you go. And finally, the last for our board game announcements, board game news. There will be no more Mansions of Madness content. Well, at least for version 2.0.
Looking at the box, that doesn't seem so bad. Ang daming boxes na ng Mansions of
Yes.
Mouse.
So they announced that there's no expansions anymore, no add-ons, no nothing that's gonna be coming out for Mansions of Madness until such time that they're gonna notice. They're gonna announce a new one. People are speculating that there might be Mansions of Madness version 3, but it's most unlikely. But
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
what they're saying is, hey, you have too much content. We're not gonna release anything anymore for
No,
quite some
yeah, I
time. So
agree.
just
I agree.
play with what you have. So
No, and
I
then
don't
that's
know.
That's really their strategy, actually, FFG, wherein every few years they will release a new edition of the game and then
Mhm.
start churning
Again.
new again. So
Start
it's a
bloating
good
again.
strategy and a bad strategy at the same time. A bad strategy because we're forced to buy new things all the time and update our stuff. But a good strategy because people who caught on late in the game don't have a hard time catching up.
But they're gonna get a new set, a new edition.
No, but now if you want to buy Mansions of Madness, you have to buy
It's all
all of
in.
this.
This
Oh my
it's right
crazy.
here.
It's like the
So there you
Arkham
go.
Horror problem also.
If you're a fan, well, it's gonna be quite some time until you get new content. So hopefully you haven't played all of the missions and
Who
all of
has
the
played all
stories
of it
yet.
in the chat? Art, have you played all of it? I see you're sad, but have you played all of it already?
I used to have Mansions of Madness 2, the base game, and just played two stories, two campaigns, and there's like four inside. So I haven't played all of it yet,
I
but
played it once. I played it once. It's a good game.
I like it. And they based the Lord of the Rings
The Lord of the
is based on
Rings,
this one.
the Descent nga na
Descent
lumabas
that you
is
said
also sort
earlier
of
on.
app-based. So, he
There you
soloed
go.
this first ed. It's soloable also. That's the nice thing about Mansions of Madness. Kasi app-based eh. So you can
Yeah.
solo it if you want.
So those are our board game announcements, board game news, and now we're gonna go to crowdfunding
Kickstarters.
roundup.
Kickstarter.
Crowdfunding.
Oh, we don't have our the third part of our trio, Ron, who usually handles this
Yeah.
segment. So please bear with our technical skills as we start. So the
We
very
haven't.
first game we're gonna project is something called Aridia. So let's watch the video of Aridia. The paths we dare tread.
Oops, sorry.
Oh,
Okay, do it
oh
again.
wala. Inadis
There you
niya,
go.
no, ni...
What happened?
Yan na.
Sorry. I meant this. There you go.
Mm.
This looks nice.
Yeah, so this game is from Far Off Games, which is
Mm.
the same publisher as
It has a bald
Zia.
head.
Ang galing, di ba? This is so
Different
cool.
heads? What?
Yeah, it's pre-painted and you get to based on the race that you choose, you get to choose the head that you will put. Ang galing, di ba?
Oh, just the head?
Just the head. So, pwede mo palitan in the race. Ang galing. Kaya ngayon dwarf tumangkad, nakita mo? Tumangkad yung dwarf. Ang galing, di ba?
Customizable heads.
Yeah, customizable and pre-painted. And then you get to do the
They look
battles
nice.
on a separate map, a separate grid-based map. Galing, no?
It's so nice. Figs look good
Yeah.
too. Oh, they use that for wound tokens. Oh, that's nice. That's an elf. Oh, that's how you add a board.
Galing,
Oh,
oh.
cool.
Tapos you get
Hey,
to open
treasure
chests. Yeah.
Oh, so it's campaign style.
It's campaign style. It's campaign style.
Cool. Oh, left hand, right hand. Oh, you get to dress up your warrior, your ranger, your character.
I am
Yeah.
so excited
Yeah.
to be able to share.
But-
Oh, but it's a big table.
I can't wait for you to
Table.
explore
It's a big
fantasy
table
world
indeed.
So,
alive with characters,
it's from the creators of
monsters,
Zaya Legends of a Drift System. See, ang haba ng game, memorize ko.
Cool.
So it's good pedigree. Again, we were talking about pedigree at the start of the show. Zaya is a popular space-based exploration game wherein you are
Correct.
spaceships going around the galaxy. So he's moved to a fantasy theme in Aridia.
Cool.
Cool.
That,
Diba?
So nice. So
Ganda.
nice.
Ganda.
Cool.
I'm gonna
What's
back
next?
this.
You're
I'm gonna
gonna
back this. I'm gonna back this.
I
The-
think Morgan will too.
Okay. And then the next game that we're gonna show is called Earthborn
Earthborn
Rangers.
Games and creative director on our first game, Earthborn Rangers.
Okay, what's this about?
So Earthborn Rangers. So again, pedigree. We're talking. No, sabi ni Ronnie, bawal na daw. Bawal na mag-back.
Great effort.
Pero ano, a bit of story. The studio head of this publishing company, sa Earthborn Rangers, is si Andrew Navarro, who
Okay,
used
who
to
is he?
be studio head of Fantasy Flight Games.
Oh, okay.
They also
So
lived
he
in
went
really strange,
after Christian
unanticipated
Peterson
side
left. He was the next studio head. And then for like 3 years, he was the head. And then he's also left now and formed this new own company.
An organism
Okay.
genetically
So this is their
engineered to
first
aid the world
project.
in its healing.
This is their
Now
first
roam the earth in
project.
search of new purpose.
Siya natin a
RPG?
bit. RPG. It's an LCG type game actually.
What?
That's the game. Yeah.
You're gonna
this
buy
is-
pack living card games. Okay.
It's a living card game. So it's similar to Arkham Horror LCG. It's similar to Marvel Champions, wherein
Okay.
you are playing cooperatively against deck, an AI deck. Uy, hindi kasama yung tricycle sa video. But yes. So the theme of the game is the interesting thing with the theme of the game is it's future Earth, but in an
Okay.
Earth wherein we've kind of reverted to nature. Parang ganun.
Okay.
So
no
now
wonder.
these-
No wonder.
Yeah, so and these people are trying to parang they're like usual rangers in Yellowstone Park, parang ganon, and
Okay.
they're trying to
Preserve.
do certain missions within the
Mhm.
setting. So it's a refreshing type of game wherein hindi ka against like a Cthulhu based enemy,
Okay.
etc. You're against like nature, against
Poachers.
animals, against beasts, poachers. So it's interesting. It's an
Cool.
LCG type game.
Oh. that's so
Sustainability
tempting.
is a core pillar of
That's
Earthborn
so
games.
tempting.
And
All right.
Earthborn Rangers
So
will be
Earthborn
manufactured as
Rangers.
sustainable.
Earthborn Rangers. So I that last part he wasn't gonna show the game anymore. And then the last bit I guess with Earthborn Rangers is they're doing this new printing process called regional printing,
Okay.
wherein they are when the Kickstarter is done, they're gonna look at which locations people are order the games, and they're
Mhm.
gonna try to manufacture closer to those areas in order to
Oh,
lower
that's
the
good.
carbon footprint of this game.
Okay.
Galing, di ba? So, it's an interesting regional printing. You go, Mr. Soy Pamorca. Full name
Mhm.
naman. But yeah, very
Add them on
interesting. Very
Facebook.
interesting yung kanilang
All right. And our next game is so cute. It got me by the cuteness. I think
cuteness.
Jake will show it to you.
Ako pala kailangan mag-add. Ito ba?
Yes, but it's called Flamecraft. Just I'll give you a few seconds.
They bake the most
Look at that! It's so nice.
Dahil may soundboard din tayo eh.
I like it because what they were saying is I saw this today, and the dragons are not killers, but they are chefs, they are brewmasters, they are bakers, they are grillers. That's what they're doing. And this is
Galing,
a worker placement game, and it's so cute. Look at that board. Look at those components. It's so nice. Oh, also the art. So cute.
Whoa!
Sorry, I got distracted. It's so nice. So it's worker placement where you place your dragons into those areas, and the thing is that your worker placement evolves. It gets more value when you go to that worker and you upgrade it. So
Your dragons?
it's a euro.
So
Yeah.
it's like Pokemon. They evolve. Oh my
No,
god.
the shops evolve.
The shops evolve. Sorry.
Yes.
Kala ko the
And then
dragons
as it evolved, the worker areas also get stronger. So it's an entry level family game for it's kind of a little bit Euro-ish, but it's worker placement, and you wouldn't mind because you're gonna keep on seeing these cute dragons,
Yeah.
and those cute components. So there you go, Flamecraft. That got me tempted.
Back ni
No,
Denmark.
$80 all in plus shipping. No, okay.
Kaya. Mas
Next,
mura sa
next.
Descent. Mas mura sa Descent.
And finally, for our crowdfunding roundup, this has been getting so much heat the past few days, past few weeks, but it's this one, Masters of the Universe: Fields of Eternia. Masters of the Universe and Netflix has been getting heat last few weeks.
Yeah.
So look at those figs. So
Nga,
nice.
Naririnig mo yung tawa ni Skeletor looking at this eh.
So it's a dudes on a map RPG. You can upgrade and collect items. So it's Masters of the Universe. So G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe,
I was gonna say
Transformers,
more 90s IP. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Gargoyles also got a
Oh,
game, right?
yeah. But this is Masters of the Universe. I like the art. They captured. It looks like the original one, not like the new ones. So there you go. If you like that, that
Oh,
board
this looks
reminds
cool.
me. That board reminds me of Cydia. Sidit. Sidit. That looks like the board from
Sidit?
Sidit.
Lords of Sidit.
Yeah, that looks like that board, but this looks really good. Look at that. So if you're a fan of He-Man, you might want to check this out. This is just one. I know there's another He-Man from Simon, right? That's coming out.
Yeah.
So I think this
That
is the first one.
obviously gonna have figures also, but this one is the adventure game, I think.
Yes. So there's
Skirmish
single
mode?
solo player cooperative and there skirmish. That's what they
Are
say.
you gonna back this then, Mark?
No.
Andiyan ba si Rujin sa tabi mo kaya ka...
No.
Malalag,
you go.
malalag. Mr. Bogus daw, sabi ni Ronnie. Oy, gusto ko yun. Saka si Gambi.
That's our crowdfunding roundup. So I know there are a lot of other Kickstarter games or GameFound or other crowdfunding sources games that we haven't covered. So if you have games that you would like us to check out, please send it to us. Just post it on the VariablePlay page and just say news.
Or
here's
comment
something that you
below.
might want to pick. Or comment below. And Ron, when he gets better, Ron Teruel will check it out for you because he's the guy who usually handles our crowdfunding roundup. So that's our news for this week. Unless you
Ang
all
daming
have...
news today. Oo nga.
Oh, there's so many. And we cut a lot of other news out of this one also.
Yeah, we
had
did.
to cut a few. So it was a busy week compared to last time that we reported, which was a slow news week. But right now, things are starting to come in. Maybe they're getting momentum going into Gen Con. Just
Gen
so
Con,
they'll
the
make
fourth
noise.
quarter.
Yes.
So we should expect a lot more publishers trying to get us to open our wallets.
In this
Cool,
very,
baba.
very difficult
Alam
time.
mo, kayong nasa chat, napapansin ko, you're all just para tayong echo chamber eh. Babak mo, Jake? Babak mo ba, Jake? Gusto nyo rin lang i-back eh. Aminin nyo na. Kayo para tayong support system eh. Pero nandito si, andito si Ronnie, fun police si Ronnie.
Like they say, you just need one. Ano yun sa Tagalog? Kailangan mo lang ng isang promotor at isang konsentidor. So,
Yeah.
pumili ka na lang kung sino and everything will start
Yeah.
rolling. So, there you go. That's our news for the first half of August. And tune in again 2 weeks from now for the news on the second half of August. And hopefully, there's going to be 3 of us. But before we go, we want to remind you of the other shows in the Variable Play Network. Tomorrow, we're going to be having open game night. And we encourage you to send in questions because we're going to be doing a Never Have I Ever.
Wow.
Open
With shots?
game night.
With shots ba yan?
We have no idea yet. Well,
With
if
shots,
Javi
man.
has a say in this one, he's always going to say yes. But we don't know yet. So if you
Never
have
have I
never
ever.
have I ever questions that you would like to ask us that are board game related, please go to the Variable Play page and start asking. Never have I ever. That's tomorrow at 9:30. On Friday at 8 p.m. we have Pinoy Meeple with Soy on Facebook, YouTube, and the Variable Play page. And also at 9 p.m. Monkey Plays with Dan, who's gonna be talking about Pinoy Pride, #Pinoy Pride board games at Monkey Plays. And Variable Play
Napakadaming
channel.
shows.
Yes.
One thing I like with what we're doing is if you're just looking for something to watch, you want certain flavor, you want the news,
Right.
you want unboxings. We've been doing lots and lots of that. So I'm excited. And
Yes.
there's always something to watch.
And we have 2 more days. On Saturday, Solo Board Gamers PH live with Clint, Marlon, and Soy. They're gonna be on at 9 p.m. And on Sunday in the morning, Get Fit with Ron and Gabay.
What
Just
are you saying?
rolling.
Are you saying we're not fit?
No, I'm saying if you want to get fit, go and play with the go and play games with them as they do board games and exercise. It's cool.
No, that's exciting. Yeah.
They use 52 cards, a deck of cards, a 52 deck of cards, and then they create games out of that one, and then they use it as exercise. So
No, yeah, I've seen the
that's what
episode.
they do.
It's interesting. It's cool actually.
It's
And
cool, and it's about time that we all might try to get fit. I just had my physical exam, yearly exam, and I need to get fit. So that's why I'm promoting this one. I need to get fit, like a lot of things that I have to do. Anyway, and on the evening on Sunday, join Javi for Magic. I know he's doing a series on all the commanders, top commanders for different color combinations in Magic, and he's now gonna be talking about. I don't know what he's gonna be talking about, but last week he talked about green and blue
Simic.
commanders.
Yeah, I was right.
that's the-
Simic. He was doing
Yeah,
green
so
blue. Yeah.
if you're interested, you want to check us out, we have those shows starting tomorrow until Sunday. We have you covered.
Ang
every day.
daming
So,
palabas, sir. Ako,
Right.
ano. If for everybody's preference, meron kang mapapanood kung gusto mo.
cool. So that's it. That's all we have for today.
That's
Board
it?
Game News.
Grabe, ang
Yes.
bilis ng
You have-
panahon. Tapos
you
see
have
you in 2
anything
weeks
else?
na naman.
Yes.
I didn't see anybody in the chat say any news, but thank you everyone who joined us today. We enjoyed the participation and hope you enjoyed the news that we reported.
Yes. Those are good news, huh? I got tempted a lot, but I need to keep my-
that's the measure of good news. If you want to open your wallet.
I need to keep my EQ. Okay. All right. So thank you everybody. Until then, I'm Denmark.
I'm Jake.
And in behalf of Ron Teruel, we are Variable Play News Network. News.
News ngayon.
All right. See you everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.